Chicago, we have a massive problem brewing at Hallis Hall right now. The silence coming from our wide receiver room is absolutely deafening, and it might signal the end of an era for the Bears offense. Let's get right into the thick of this mess. Ever since that heartbreaking playoff loss to the Los Angeles Rams, DJ Moore has gone completely dark. We are talking absolute radio silence. No exit interview quotes, no social media posts, nothing. Usually, you expect your veteran leaders to set the tone heading into the offseason, but Moore has effectively ghosted the organization. We know he was battling a nagging knee injury down the stretch, which clearly limited his explosiveness. But this lack of communication goes way beyond just rehabbing a physical knock. It feels personal. It feels like dissatisfaction. When a star player shuts down communication channels immediately after a postseason exit, it usually means they are reevaluating their future. The speculation is running wild that he is unhappy with the direction of the offense or his usage under Ben Johnson's scheme. This isn't just smoke. There is a fire burning here. But before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? Now, let's deep dive into what this actually means for our roster construction in 2026. If Moore is truly looking for a way out, or if the Bears decide his knee issues are a long-term liability, we are looking at a massive hole in the depth chart. You cannot just replace that production overnight. We need to look at the salary cap implications immediately. Trading him triggers a significant dead cap hit, but keeping a disgruntled receiver who isn't communicating is a recipe for locker room disaster. Ben Johnson needs buy-in. If Moore isn't bought in, does GM Ryan Poles pull the trigger on a blockbuster trade? This silence is creating a leverage play that could force the front office's hand.
We have to consider the ripple effect this has on the entire offensive unit. If DJ Moore is moved or holds out, the pressure on our young quarterback skyrockets. We are talking about removing the primary safety blanket from this offense. The chemistry they built was the foundation of our passing attack, and stripping that away creates a vacuum that a rookie or a mid-tier free agent simply cannot fill. Furthermore, look at the knee injury itself. If the medical staff determines that this is a degenerative issue or something that requires major surgery, his trade value plummets instantly. We could be stuck with a massive contract for a player who can't stay on the field. That is the nightmare scenario for the salary cap. Ben Johnson's system relies heavily on timing and trust. If the WR1 is silent, that trust is eroding by the second. The front office needs to get ahead of this narrative immediately. They cannot let this fester into training camp. We need clarity on his health and his commitment to the franchise. If he wants out, you have to maximize the return now, perhaps looking for a first-round pick to reset the clock at the position. But if this is just frustration from the loss, someone needs to bridge that gap. The clock is ticking and the silence is getting louder. This offseason was supposed to be about fine-tuning a contender, not rebuilding the receiving core. This situation with Moore is the single biggest domino that will determine our success in 2026. We cannot afford a distraction of this magnitude. The Bears must demand answers or make a ruthless business decision. The fans deserve to know if their star is all in or checking out. Stay tuned because this story is developing fast. Bear down.